lot of bracket action here from the World Championships. This one actually a rematch, I believe, from the quarterfinals. And it is featuring two of the heaviest hitters in the COH2 scene. Spawning on their left, playing as US Force, it is Luvnest, and immediately locking into Mechanized. And facing off against him on the right, playing as OKW, we have DevM, immediately locking into Breakthrough. So this is the last game of day 2, last series of day 2, and games 2 and 3 will be with Stormless. You guys have that to look forward to later in the cast. But yeah, Breakthrough, unexpected choice, can be a decent option in the early game though. You have access to the Fusiliers, which of course have access to an anti-tank grenade, which can shut down the W251. Maybe that's going to be DVM's choice. I've been playing with this commander a lot myself recently. Going for like a 3 squad fast flak half-track build. Mixed results so far. I haven't really cracked the code. So artillery's okay, but it's not incredible. And the officer abilities, I find them a little bit expensive in terms of munitions to fully make use of, but a decent commander overall. And speaking of the WC-51, that is in production now from Luvnest. Hasn't kept the munitions though, so the machine gun upgrade on that is going to come through quite a lot later. I'm going to try and branch out, cap up quite a lot of the map. Luvnest playing aggressively early on. And no Pants Fusiliers from DevM so far. Maybe he's going to get them as his 4th squad. Just have that snare running around. 2v1 there. 2 squads behind heavy cover against the one in the building. They've been winning that quite handy, but Luvnest trying to sneak the fuel control. Oof. That mob died and now he's no longer in the capture circle. Unfortunately. WC-51 meanwhile doing some capping on the backlights. Nope. Abandons that and getting the MG upgrade coming into combat here. I think the game is already... engagement's already lost here for Luvnest. Rifle squad too low in health, and maybe he could even go down if he gets super unlucky here. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Machine gun hasn't popped quite yet, so DevM wants to put as much damage on the WC-51 now as he can before that MG starts bleeding him. Meanwhile, DevM capping up the north after forcing back the rear echelon, and yeah, it is going to be a Fusilier as the 4th unit constructed by DevM. DevM playing evasively at the moment, hiding behind some sight blockers. And Luvnest actually very late starting his officer tech. Missing that timing by close to a minute, honestly. A little bit out of character from Luvnest there. Fusiliers in the centre against the rear echelon, but they do have a nice tank trap to hide behind and stall out here. Actually, he's coming in from a different angle though. 2v1, rear echelon outnumbered. And now Luvnest bringing in a cavalry rifleman. So, you know, missing the timing on the lieutenant doesn't really matter too much. He's going for cav rifles instead of the 50 cal. So not really impacting his build here. From behind heavy cover, but I think those Panzer Fusiliers have a nice angle down the road there, so not fully taking advantage of that cover. Cav rifles don't really want to charge head on into 2 squads. Peel off to try and go the squad on the flank. WC-51 meanwhile bleeding in the centre, and low health rifles capping in the north. Okay, they pop the Thompsons, and now they'll do some nasty damage up close. Snare connecting from the Fusiliers, slowing down WC-51, so it won't be able to chase down, but that is just way too much damage. Luvnest spitting out of that range, and DevM has to fall back. He has gone for Mechanized. We'll put down some med crates. But yeah, seeing OKW as well, a little bit of surprise compared to us there, which has been ultra popular so far this tournament. And a lot of people said OKW is dead, but you know, between Asiamit's performance, now DevM, doesn't seem to be the case. Empire is closing the distance here. DevM a little bit strapped for manpower at the moment after that last big fight. Delaying his first light vehicle a reasonable amount. And upgrading the Fusiliers first with the G43s. That's, you know, the most powerful upgrade compared to the STGs at least. So getting those first makes a lot of sense, and that buffs up the Fusiliers a lot as well. Pretty G43s that are a little bit weak in head-to-head combat against the Rifleman. Stewart coming in for Luvnest, and because DevM is a bit late on the timing, has to be the Puma first. Doesn't really have time to get much damage done with the looks. Understandable. But yeah, sometimes we see players able to squeeze in maybe like a machine gun around this timing as well as OKW, but even does not have the manpower spare for that at the moment. There's been quite a lot of action and quite a few engagements so far this match. Just trying to get the damage done here and close, but those G43 Fusiliers, man, they're ripping through the health. Has to get out of there. WC51 coming back, and I feel like so far this hasn't been as devastating as we've seen in quite a lot of other games. Maybe the Fusiliers snare contributing somewhat there. Oh, Bazooka pops on the Lieutenant, limiting the Puma immediately. We're circling around to the north. Stewart up here as well. All action in the north at the moment. We're trying to get around the side. Lieutenant low, retreating. And Puma maybe looking to get aggressive. Snaring squad nearby though. DevM not overextending, however.
Ambulance taking the field.
Expecting these squads as they advance.
All sectors. Ability now ready.
To our presence.
Okay, looks like DevM going to try push out in the south this time. But so far hasn't used anything else from this commander. Does also have breakthrough tactics, which can be very handy for recapping the map super fast. Which is, you know, what DevM's doing at the moment. Got a lot of capping going on currently. But it's just about whether you want to spend your munitions on that or snares or weapon upgrades. It's a fine balance. We're looking for a target, but Stewart actually hiding behind the shrubs there. Maybe looking to spring a bit of an ambush. Interesting positioning there from Luvnest. Ooh, Cav rifles waiting around the corner. Sticky Satchel going to be coming in. Stewart mobilizing. He's trying to drive on top of the Cav rifles. Ooh, good damage. Cav rifles drop 4 models. Here comes the Stewart. Going to look for the kill. We've got 2 snaring squads nearby. Puma spinning around with the turrets. But it's too late. And man, that ambush worked a treat for Luvnest. Excellent positioning there with the cavalry rifleman. He even popped the marked target on WC51 to try and secure that kill. Though that is a different marked target to the one available from Soviets. I believe this one doesn't actually amplify damage. Yeah, it just increases received accuracy and decreases the armor of the target, so Maybe that leads to some bonus damage, but not directly. In the same case as the Soviet one. Oof, gets around the corner on that machine gun. Really well played there from Luvnest. Got a bar on that lieutenant. Takes EV cover. I'm going to try and stall out here. That's the machine gun. Machine gun doesn't really have heavy cover there, so might be able to get the job done. Kidding out now for DevM. Looks like he doesn't, you know, he does have the option of going for another Puma here. Trying to stay in the game in that fashion, but instead going for the Raketin here and going to look to try and take up. I think I heard a bar on that cav rifle as well, so they are fully stacked from Luvnest. We're coming into the south and DevM having to scatter. 43 Fusiliers though doing some nice work. And pushing up into the north. We've got the WC-51 up there though. Oh man, look at the range on that WC-51. Even through a kitten there. Oh, drives forwards briefly. The kitten doesn't quite get the follow-up shot in though. DevM's starting to push back out into the north. Picked up a machine gun. Trying to cover this northern cutoff as he caps the fuel up here. Stewart coming in. The kitten is nearby though. Incendiary grenade, but a soft retreat there from Luvnest. Doesn't take almost any damage from it. Okay, there you go, the rifles.
Taking effective fire! Protect the flank! Enemy attacking!
Heavy machine gun trooper ready for action.
3 squads behind heavy cover. Very, very low health on these folks. You get in range for the Faust, but they're going to suffer quite a lot of bleed from the WC-51. Maybe not. Still have 5 models. It is still relying on those med crates back at base though, remember, so every time DevM has to heal, it's costing him in munitions. Oh, he's getting aggressive. And Luvnest out here repairing. He's got the WC-51 there, but might not have seen this coming because of the wall there. And now the Stewart could go down. WC-51 backing away. Also takes a Faust. Can he get that away to safety? Does have a little bit of a fence there blocking his pathing perhaps. No, he can get through that gap. I didn't think it was possible. Okay. Kitten decides to pull back anyway. Nice enterprising play there from DevM. A lot of players would have just held in position, but he pushed forwards and he got his reward for it as well. Needed that one after losing the Puma earlier. Gets it back. Speaking of machine guns, Luvnest also has one, 50 cal. DevM with 2 at the moment. Interesting that he does, you know, go for machine guns. Do also have the option of the officer, which can be quite nice, but maybe he doesn't have munitions for the officer, you know, going for a mechanized build. Having to constantly use those med crates. The opportunity to fully exploit the officer, so maybe it makes sense with this mechanized build not to get the officer. Tech truck going up for DevM in a very defensive position. Still going to cover 1 point though. But not covering the cutoff. Two guys trying to close the distance. Okay, Fusiliers coming around the corner now. Retreat. But those cav rifles are nasty. And they drop the models really fast. Bring up his squad to capture that machine gun now. Ouch, that is painful for DevM, but man, those cav rifles with the bar, with the Thompsons, they can melt a squad real quick.
overrunning one of our capture points.
Okay, trying to push in now.
Line just got cut off.
Hold on to the cutoff for a moment.
A capture point is being
That's my
overrun.
insurance company. Somebody ran into my car the other day. Very irritating.
Krauts are taking one of our points.
Contact! German MG!
Opportunity is in the centre. Try and hold on to the VPs. Still a tight game in the VP race. And I feel like Luvnest is a slightly superior territory control to this point. It's not showing. Because the VP is only 25 or so ahead. So DevM right in this match. And he's got the truck down as well. Panzer 4 coming in. Luvnest has the resources for tank also. And I imagine it's going to be one of those 76mm Shermans, which have been so popular in recent tournaments.
Green as green can be. Well, grab your shit and follow me.
We're taking lead over here!
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Okay, suppression there from a stolen NG34. Luvnest in some trouble. I mean, DevM in some trouble. Getting pinned. Panzer 4 popping. Sherman not too far behind.
We're getting past you over here! Target secure!
Tank support is here. Sherman ready.
Okay, working nicely here. Trying to get a flank on the MG and gets around the corner before the suppression kicks in. Gonna go for a deep flank, it looks like. Just the center, P4 missing.
Enemy trying to suppress!
Fire on that infantry!
Okay, about to clash with the 76mm, bouncing its first shot. Raketin right there for DevM, baiting him in. I'm just throwing out the smoke. Ooh, Raketin missing, I think that was. Panzer 4 going to continue to chase, shrugging off every shot so far. Missing another hit there though. Lieutenant coming across, he's got the bazooka. 76mm pops the armor piercing and he decides to disengage there. Unlucky for DevM. Easily could have been a tank kill there. He did pull a tiny bit too far back with the Panzer 4, you know, considering the bait with the Raketin, but good reaction from Luvnest as well, throwing out the smoke, getting out of there fast. But on the back of that, you know, Sherman off the map. DevM able to take a lot of territory control here. First time in a long time he is. Almost 100 VPs behind now. For a period of dominance from Luvnest.
Contact! Full on fire! Send orders!
Still on the armor piercing rounds there.
A capture point is under attack.
Not super effective against infantry. 76mm not super good against infantry to start things off, but yeah, with the AP ammo, so a reload. It's really, really not good. Popping the sweepers now on the stern pies to try and speed up the repairs. Makes sense.
Jagertigers have arrived on the front.
And the question is now, where does DevM go from here?
Grenadiers back to full strength.
Has picked up a second Raketin, so, you know, does have enough anti-tank to stall out for quite some time. Give him a bit of breathing room. Luvnest, meanwhile, doesn't have access to anti-tank grenades with his loadout. So the question will be another Sherman or a Jackson. Try and bolster his anti-tank forces to meet this Panzer IV. Nice use of the concussive grenade there, Luvnest. Not dodging. Just hit retreat. Tent stalling out for a little bit. Inside the building. We've got the bazooka. Luvnest poised to pounce though. Got a lot of troops waiting around this corner. Team behind heavy cover though. Senior grenade in. Lieutenant low. Or was that a AT grenade in fact from the Fusiliers? From the officer artillery. Sherman still on armor piercing rounds there. Or maybe it's not. Or maybe switching rounds as we speak. Looks like it from the explosion effects, but it says load armor piercing, so I think it's on. High explosive at the moment. Okay, 2 76 mils here for Luvnest, and he's looking to get aggressive. Kitten there. Oh, will he push forwards with it? He's going to need to set it up. He's spinning around. Sherman's coming in. Going to go hunting for the Panzer IV. Doing a couple of snaring squads there. Panzer IV shrugging off some damage. And with that, going to be able to escape. Sherman's popping smoke, trying to cover their retreat now. And he's also popped combined arms there. Though I don't think he did anything really to buff up his tanks. No infantry nearby. So it doesn't really get to exploit that fully. But both players able to get out of that one alive. DevM with a fair amount of resources in the bank. It does have enough for a Panzer IV if that's what he wanted to go for, but I guess he's going to go for a Panther. Kitten's forcing back the Sherman there. At the moment, Luvnest with a commanding amount of map control. Give him really in a bad way in that department. The squad just standing up here at the moment. Okay, one's called armor piercing and one's called HVAC.
Our resource sector has been cut off from our supply chain.
Alright. It's a little bit confusing for me. I mean, HVAC is high velocity armor piercing, right? So, I mean, they're basically both called armor piercing rounds, but alright. I suppose it's a function of the 76mm gun. I don't really use the 76mm Sherman that much myself, so I'm a tiny bit unfamiliar with that little detail. And when I do, I did not even use the HVAC rounds. I don't really like the reduced rate of fire on them. In fact, I prefer just to go for the regular Sherman and a Jackson with this commander. Put the Doze blade on, but that's beside the point. Double Sherman's going hunting for the Panzer IV, but Raketten's in a perfect position here for DevM. Forcing back the double Sherman. We do have a bit of a flank coming in here though, and no machine guns to cover this angle. Squad inside the building, also very low. Oh, and then goes down. Right as he gets the Panther as well. Can be a bit hard to come by with the repairs and pop the repair upgrade. Double Sherman's coming through, but double Rakettens are there. Missing the first shot. Missing both their shots, man. You could tell that DevM was poised to assault there. With the Panther arriving, Panther's going to come in. Got the bazookas freshly activated. Panther missing the killing blow there on that Sherman. DevM's aggression gets halted. You could see, he's poised. If those Raketen shots landed, DevM was going to just fly in there, take down those Shermans, but who misses? That's rather unfortunate for him. Gets too close. They're going to take a snare as well with the Panther, and with no stern post, the repairs are going to be very, very slow. In the meantime, he's suffering the triple cap. DevM in some big trouble all of a sudden.
Pioneer Cooper is ready for action.
Send your grenade onto the machine gun inside the house. Pack up there from Luvnest. Unfortunately, it is sandwiched at the moment. They have to retreat. Raket's getting low, need to retreat. Oh, we could even lose one here. That Lieutenant Barr doing some nasty damage, even from that long of a distance. Okay, even trying to assault the north, desperate to get the VPs under his control. Has to worry about this flank though, MG repositioning. And Sherman's coming in from the north. With both his tanks off for repairs though. Even can't really answer this aggression from Luvnest. His infantry about to get chopped up by the double Sherman. Just such strong control at the moment. Every time DevM tries to push out, Luvnest has the perfect answer. And as a result, Luvnest in such a comfortable position. He's just doesn't even need the squad in the south, just leaving it there, protecting the victory points. Got the machine gun covering the center as well. He is really well set up here. Panther though, back up to full. A lot of troops back at base, about to come out as well from DevM, and he needs to get this going fast though. About to tick under 100 VPs. Major recon coming through there from Luvnest. Underutilized ability, but very, very handy, and we'll have spotted all of DevM's troops coming to the north. He can position his troops accordingly. He's added a Jackson into the mix now, so DevM's armor going to be hard up against it. It's going to come down to its Raketen positioning. Oh boy, Panther getting really aggressive, charging in against the double Shermans here. Cutting off a decent amount of damage though with its armor. Takes a snare on it now. I'm going to slow it down. You've got stern pyros are up here though. Don't have the sweepers again yet though, so repairs not going to be super hasty. There we go, Raketen connecting, forcing back the Jackson. Double Sherman's out back for repairs at the moment, so DevM finally getting some territory. But still going to be on the drain after all this, and Luvnest looking for a flank. Oh, and okay. Who's back? That could have been a really good timing with the MG right there. In fact, oh, he's running around the corner with it. Gonna need to retreat, perhaps. Ooh, while that's going on, DevM again getting aggressive in the north, finds the Sherman, takes one of them down. Get a grenade there. Luvnest trying to steal away that decrewed machine gun now. Unsuccessful though. Fusilier grenade doing its magic. DevM at 50 though. Interesting, he retreated his machine gun. I wonder if that was a misclick. That's going to allow DevM to start capping in the center. Luvnest with enough resources now for another tank. Is it going to be another Jackson? It might be. Sneaking into the center, MG34 covering. He's having trouble getting something going there. He hasn't ticked grenades yet himself, which could be quite helpful with the smoke on the rear echelon covering the center. 50 cal coming in from the side. Fusiliers getting pinned very, very quickly. Coming in from the north though. Jackson rotating to deal with it, connecting as well. Keeps coming forwards to meet it. MG. Oh, was that the MG34? Oh, this must have been from a lot earlier. Lieutenant capping in the middle.
Command.
DevM capping in the south, but Sherman heading down in that direction, clearing it up. Oh, Jackson getting quite aggressive here. Combined arms activated from Luvnest. Big damage onto the Jackson. Has to pull back. Raketten's also taking a lot of fire from these barred up riflemen. Gets four in the center. Not mobilizing that. Machine gun super well spaced there as well. So if the Panther 4 does come forward, it's going to take them a long time to clear it out. Luvnest just working the VPs heading to the north. You can see that's how he wants to win the match. 43 remaining for DevM. Luvnest has his eyes focused on the VP game. Looks like Luvnest did decide to go for another Sherman. Not double Jacksons. Raketten left here for way too long. Gets decrewed. Oh no. No munitions though for a sticky satchel, so I think he's safe. He did pop the major artillery on that. Got the Jackson coming forward, so probably going to go for the kill on that decrewed Raketten though. Could try steal it, just doesn't have infantry nearby. Maybe could bring up the rear echelon for the steal. Missing low, trying to shoot at that from super long range. Switches over to the Panzer IV now though. Sherman meanwhile clearing out the north. It looks like Luvnest maybe going to send his rear echelon up there to do some capping, not entirely sure. DevM doing a really good job though, hanging in, just constantly applying pressure to every VP he can. And still holding on to that Raketen. Jackson comes forward to try and finish the job, so do the bazookas. There's four rotating away from that now. It looks like he's heading towards the south. Sherman not full health down here. This could work out well for DevM. Sherman pulling back now. Jackson is waiting around the corner. Sherman trying to make a cheeky escape maybe. Get around behind the building. Panzer IV takes a nasty hit on the rear from the Jackson. Takes down the Sherman, but loses his Panzer IV in the process. Panther blitzing in. Trying to take advantage of this, but we've got two squads nearby. One with the sticky satchel, one with the bazooka. This might not work out too well for DevM. He's committed though. He's going in after the Jackson. The Panther misses one shot. This will be curtains for DevM. Oh, they bounce and a miss. But the Panther are going to go down to the bazooka. And that aggressive action from DevM does not end up paying off. Okay, trading, you know, the Sherman for the Panzer IV. But, oof. Not able to take down that Jackson and costing his Panther. He is way behind after that. But he saw an opportunity. Dived in after it, but yeah, once he saw the squad with his sticky satchel there, he needed to disengage. Getting decrewed in the center, in the south rather, from DevM as well. And charging into the middle, just trying to hang on to these VPs. Decrews the Raketen. Sherman coming in, takes a Raketen shot. I'll take a Faust as well. Ooh, but that was a nasty hit from the Sherman. For in the build. Pinpoint accuracy on retreat as well. DevM rebuilding the Folks.
Panzer IV deployed, awaiting orders.
Panzer IV coming in. But still, so much armor for Luvnest. Fresh Sherman hitting the battlefield. Jackson fully repaired at Vet 2. And no Rakettens anymore. Both of them have been destroyed. This is going to be tough for DevM to mount a comeback here. Panzer IV heading to the bottom, looking for that wounded Sherman. Jackson waiting for it. And the second Sherman coming in. Oh, sorry. Wow, Panzer IV getting some good long-range damage in there. Finishing the job. I'm surprised that Sherman didn't come in to finish the job, but here comes in now. DevM, well, yeah, he can't cap the VPs. Just has to throw in the towel. So good back and forth skirmish there. Luvnest pulling ahead on the VPs though. And DevM unable to mount a comeback after that. A little bit too aggressive with that Panther there. Did not end up working out for him, and Luvnest able to seal the game. GG, well played by Luvnest.
Hello everybody and welcome to game 2 of this best of 3 series between two absolute ferocious players. And we have here on the west side of Nexus, playing as USF, locked in with the mechanized company, it is DevM.
And facing off against him in the east, we have Luvnest playing as Osir and immediately locking into German infantry commander.
Are you surprised, Tightrope?
Well, yesterday I did quite a lot of casting, and I saw some games that were completely different to this. I'm not gonna lie. I think I saw only maybe 1 or 2 games with German infantry out of the 9 series that I cast. So for me, it's actually a change of pace.
Target secure.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I just realized that I put the wrong scores on here, and I apologize for that. Give me a moment.
Rifle squad ready for action.
Definitely don't want to be getting that wrong.
Nexus, huh?
There we go. Sorry about that. It is in fact Luvnest who took game 1. For any of you that are Luvnest fans there who just felt slightly disappointed by that error, well, it's fixed now, and thanks for that. Yeah, Nexus Tightrope. I mean, a really, really good 1v1 map. I'd still say this is recent, but I think players have had a long enough time now to really flesh it out and find all of the, you know, the kind of sticky points and the vantage points and what have you. And yeah, I mean, like, what's your take on this map? What's your take on kind of where the players go here?
Yeah, I really enjoy this map, and this one, you know, is in the auto match rotation, unlike a couple of the other ones in the tournament. So, you know, players have plenty of experience of it, and yeah, has been in the tournament rotation for quite some time as well. So, yeah. In fact, I think this was in the last year's World Championships rotation as well. So yeah, it's been around for a while, even though it was, you know, maybe one of the newer-ish maps.
Yeah, it has been producing really good games, and I like that it reminds me a bit of Faymanville. Like Faymanville, you know, you're always on the left, always on the right, and this is the same, just north to south. And I feel like players are getting dragged everywhere. They have to play wide for the VPs, and it just creates really good mobile games. I would like to address something in chat, because I saw someone here who was saying, Stormers, you know, you promised us in the announcement for this tournament that we'd be seeing different things out of USF. I am also surprised, because I've had discussions with these players and I know what the alternative strategies for USF are, and I was really hoping that we'd see one. Perhaps the players don't feel it's time to bring it out yet.
Oh, really? Yesterday, I cast Asiaman, and he was playing my favourite tactical support as US Forces, so that was really good to see.
Right. Okay, I mean, I actually really like that commander as well at the moment for you know, for the LNGs, and who doesn't like to see the Calliope?
Yes, exactly.
But I will say actually at this point, because it has been seen now and used. You know, I've seen a couple of players playing around with Brits with Commando Regiment, which has been really powerful, and been some really cool games with that, really good timings. But I'll tell you, there's a couple of strategies that I talk to players about that we just haven't seen yet, and those players are fast leaving the tournament, so I hope we see it soon.
Oh, this has been some hectic action here, but Luvnest getting overwhelmed. It's just Rifleman coming in from every angle, and now he's getting pushed off.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Yeah, it's nice, aggressive early game. DevM will always tell you with USF that this is a game that you have to snowball And it's all about early game dominance. It's all about just making sure you dive on top of those resources, make sure you get the Stuart out as quick as possible to match up against anything from tier 2 against Austere. But really, I think the crucial thing is that he's going to be timing his Sherman to come out at the same time as the Panzer IV. I think that's the big thing for DevM when he's playing USF. And so you see him here going for all these resources. Now you know why.
Yeah, well, before this tournament, I'd say it's maybe slightly more popular to only go for two riflemen and the WC-51, but most DevM's been going for 3, so it's a very heavy start early on. That's a lot of units to take map control with.
Yeah, it's very aggressive, very aggressive. But I guess maybe it's for the potential to snare when they get veterancy. I always feel like riflemen, maybe you want to get them like vetting up quite early on, so at least you have snares all over the field.
Yeah,
But, yeah, we'll watch this build closely. Here's the Stuart. I think this is really good timing for the Stuart, actually.
Yeah, this is really fast. Even Luvnest 222 for a Grandier build's coming in pretty quick, before the 6-minute mark. But yeah, I mean, that is a crazy fast Stuart as well.
Oh, this is nice incendiary rounds there. Pops on the MG42. And fortunately, DevM is paying attention. There's a great flank on the MG42 from the Lieutenant as well.
Yeah, really well done there by DevM. In comes 222 now. We're looking to soften up that Lieutenant. He is upgrading the bazooka on it already, but not about to pop anytime soon. But man, that Stuart's coming in so fast, man. Usually it's, close to the 7-minute mark, but 6 minutes 20, that is just crazy. That's going to be tough for Luvnest to handle.
Well, Luvnest has been an absolute pro at handling this kind of thing. From DevM constantly this tournament.
Yeah, this is their second series.
And
against each other already, right?
This is their second best of 3 series.
Yeah.
They played in the upper brackets yesterday, so it's a grudge match. But what I just want to point out here, DevM, he's got the minesweepers on his echelons and he's going forwards because I think he knows like the counter right now is that Telemine. The Telemine is an instant kill on the Stuart or the WC-51, neither of which he wants to lose here. So I like the preservation from DevM right now.
Yeah, even while being aggressive, he's still taking all the necessary steps to make sure he doesn't throw the game here.
Yeah, it's actually it's a really tense game. We have to kind of just mention that both of these players can still get to the grand finals through the lower brackets. And there is still effectively $10,000 at stake for both of these players. One of them will be out of the tournament. They're on a last life. And it's more crucial for DevM right now to win this game as Luvnest is already 1-0 up in the series. So this is really nice from DevM. So aggressive. The decaps are perfect. He's just trying to make sure he gets the best resource income, leaving Luvnest with as little as possible.
Yeah, sandbags here that Luvnest built, kind of backfiring against him, protecting the rifleman a little bit from this 222. Oh, there we go, packs in position.
Oh, is he in for another shot? Oh, the Pack 40 opened up there. I think it had good sight from the scout car, but ever the obstacle, that green wall there. That would have been huge if the Stuart had gone down there.
Machine guns in some trouble here for Luvnest. Or rifle grenades to try and save it.
A very good dodge. Very good dodge there. I think DevM's going to be really pleased with this early game. This is exactly what, when I've spoken to him, this is like the scenario that he details to me, saying like, this is this is what I want my game to look like. I need to own the map. I need to own 3 VPs. I need to own double fuel. He's making it happen. And I think we need to see the weapons rack pop at some point. We'll see, actually, that is currently unlocking at the moment. So we're going to see bars now explode. A lot of munitions banked for DevM. Perhaps even bazookas on the echelons. We've seen that as well from DevM before.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised that he went for the 50 cal before the weapon racks, but it's better late than never. Because, you know, he could have some bazookas on these re-echelon right now inside this building, getting rid of this 222.
Yeah, DevM's very contradictory, because he's always saying, like, yeah, I need the MG for map control. But then he's also saying, like, I need to be, like, hyper-aggressive. Make your mind up.
Yeah.
We have been assigned fresh Panzer Grenadiers.
Basically, he just needs to be godlike constantly to win.
He's really
Let's be fair.
struggling to push in down here. You know, got the 50 cal, Dosey 51 holding off the troops from the fuel point. And Stuart may be looking for a bit of a wraparound onto the cutoff area.
Oh, that was a huge shot from the Pak-40. That was actually a ground attack as well. That was not within the cone of fire. So the WC-51 goes down. DevM is about to dive in on the 222. This is a really good push. He's going to be desperate to get that 222 now after losing the WC-51. One more shot. It's a miss. 222 escapes.
Heartbreaker. He's trying to pressure the pack, but the machine gun in a nice position gets the suppression. Luvnest hanging in there.
Yeah, it's sensible for him to retreat as well. He fears the bundle grenade on the path there. Some body blocking going on from the Grenadiers. And in the north now, Stuart just took a Faust from Grenadiers. They're going to have to retreat due to low health very soon.
Yeah, Pack's chasing after them though. Get another shot in here. Nicely done. Just any delay to the Stuart, you know, like the longer it's out for repairs, the more map control Luvnest can get here.
Yeah, Luvnest's response to this was... it looked flaky to me, but he dealt with it so well, actually. And you need to be at Luvnest level player to deal with that kind of pressure that DevM was putting on there. I'm surprised that DevM didn't come out on top. It looked pretty perfect. It wasn't to be.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at the teching right now. Luvnest still on battle phase 1, tier 2 up. Let me just check out DevM. No signs of the major yet.
He still, you know, hasn't had that good of a fuel control though. Is capping in the north finally. DevM also ticked grenades just before, so he's just gone for the full suite of upgrades on his rifleman at this stage.
This is good. Look at the map control coming back in now for DevM. He's just got furious. Luvnest retreats back into the base. Suddenly everything is pure blue again.
Oh, good grenade into the retreat path there for the Grenadiers. Chasing him for the white, maybe?
Is a white possum?
Stuart doesn't chase him.
This is a critical game for DevM. The performance is so good. He's actually doing so well, and he's just got great eyes on top of the AT gun. Good early retreats there from Luvnest. Got pretty decent preservation. But he just can't seem to get a foothold on the map for very long. Teching is very, very slow. Plus 13 fuel. DevM is hanging around 25 to 30 constantly. So we're going to see the Sherman M4, sorry, the M4A3. 7, what is it? All these Shermans are got the name mixed up. 76mm.
Yeah, 76.
Sherman's going to be out in no time.
Yeah, there was a good flank on the 50 cal there from Luvnest, but he's still struggling to get any territory after it. So limited right now.
Just released a major for action. Well, shake it out. Grab your shit. We just got promoted.
Yeah, this is game is clockwork so far. Where Luvnest has tended to do better is in the late game. The late game build from Luvnest has actually been really good. And as long as he can deal with the early game from DevM, that's where DevM is like at his strongest. That's what he's capitalizing on. Luvnest will perform better later on in the game. He's still somehow, I think, holding a good amount of VPs.
Oh, Grenadier in the middle goes down.
Infantry squad has been killed.
Oh no, now the
calls,
pack's
right?
in some trouble too. 2 squads charging on top of it here. MG42 looking for the suppression, but it might lose the pack still.
Our opponents are seizing
Well, doesn't manage to suppress the second squad. We've got a 5-man Gren here assisting in the defense. Pack does go down though. Stewart can maybe swoop in after this, but that's in the south at the moment. Also getting rid of a Grenadier down there. Very, very low on health. Oof. Oh, where's this pack going? Okay. He decides on the other path, the safer path. That's nice to see. Cheeky bun grenade, expecting the rifleman to retreat into it, but he's awake and he's playing really, really well at the moment.
A new grenadier
Yeah, I
squad
think
is ready.
maybe the first signs of it being a little bit shaky, but he dealt with it well. He nearly got the 222 there with the bazooka from the lieutenant. Right now, though, there's just no anti-tank presence at all on the field. We are seeing the Sherman now in the build from the major tier. The fuel, like the resource game, has just been dominated by DevM. So I'm just thinking for Luvnest, he's got tier 3 going up right now, but that's really not going to cut it for us here as this game goes on.
Yeah, he's got the he's still 20 fuel away from his tank as well. His DevM 76mm about to pop out. So that last 20 fuel, that could take an agonizing amount of time to come through.
Yeah. I'm just thinking, actually, it'd take like 2 minutes, but if you look at DevM, if he holds this current resource lead, he could possibly get a Jackson out in like 3 minutes. So, if he keeps the Sherman alive and supplements it with something, then it's going to be unstoppable.
Yeah, especially if he keeps hold of that Stewart as well. It'll be like a 3v1 basically on top of Luvnest's first Panzer IV. Talking about the victory points as well, Luvnest about 120 points behind at this stage, so he's struggling on multiple angles at the moment, and man, DevM's just swarming them here.
Nice grenade there. I think actually didn't help him very much. But
Yeah, I think it took down 2 of his own models there.
splash damage at its finest.
Oh man, this Peter's got to be careful. Can't afford to lose them.
I think that that could have been DevM's first squad wipe. I don't think he's lost anything so far.
Yeah, he's only lost WC 51.
Right.
Just got cut off.
So,
Look at Luvnest's
only
army just in the base. Just in the base chilling.
Reinforcements in. Shoots with you. Welcome to the death factory.
DVM's
is,
got
this
a
is
stranglehold
brutal.
on him at the moment. Decal in a really nice position as Luvnest tries to charge back out as well.
It's so cheeky as well, isn't it, to cap with the major on the front lines. Oh, there he goes. Now it's just 2 echelons with a major badge that they picked off the corpse.
Base inspection with the
This is
Stewart.
cheeky from DevM. Actually, in a previous series yesterday, we saw DevM go into the austere base and take down the medic bunker. Here it is again. And this is so smart. So smart. Taking advantage of Luvnest's army being in the south. This is going to be so damaging.
Yeah, you can't get free medkits with the 5-man Grenadiers Vet 1 ability. So some players don't even go for the mid bunker with this commander.
Yes.
But certainly Luvnest did, and that's going to be quite annoying that it's not going to have healing back at his base anymore.
Yeah, it's a lot of extra micro, I feel. I've watched those players who are constantly healing themselves, healing the sniper, healing the AT guns. You just think, wow, you gotta make life hard for yourself. But
Yeah.
sometimes manpower can be better spent elsewhere. It's heating up in the south, though. There's got to be flanks here on the MG42, and at the same time trying to contest with Grenadiers and Panzer Grenadiers. There's incendiary rounds turned on the MG42. The low health Grenadier squad retreating in the south. This could be a wipe. I'm expecting it to be a wipe. He stands still. He tries to get the accuracy. It's covered by the line of sight from the building. Now there's a retreat path through Grenadiers, Panzer Grenadiers, MG42, Pioneers with the flamethrower. Can the Sherman defend it? Where was the smoke pop? There's no munitions for it.
Here we go.
Oh, that was so tense.
First wipe there for DevM. In fact, he lost
Second
his
one
rear
coming on the
echelon as
major.
well, and now maybe the major too. Man, everything's falling apart here for him a little bit. That was so unlucky for DevM, man. He threw that grenade, but vetted our Grenadiers, they've got received damage instead of received accuracy as their veterancy bonus. So they can survive grenades like that. Oh! 2v1 in the center. Shermans versus the Panzer IV. Doesn't have the pack in position to assist either. Luvnest's got to be really careful about that.
A little look at the sight range on the scout car here. Huge sight range. It's going to be essential for Luvnest to keep that unit alive so he can just tell where DevM is flanking him from. His MG42 has so much work to do. Luvnest knows it can't be done. Oh, he's got to get that scout car out there so fast. Oh no! What's it doing?
No. Oh no, he's stuck on the wall.
Oh, that dream died pretty quickly. And without that, DevM's flanking is going to be all the better for the fact that Luvnest isn't going to be able to see where it's coming from as much.
Yeah, Luvnest was using that to try and avoid the 50 cal as well, you know? Spot it from long range and then dodge it before it came into effect, but not anymore.
Nice. The smoke pops.
Oh my god, what's he doing? What's he doing?
What's going on here?
Okay, but Panzer IV still in trouble here. Oh, 76mm last shot missing. Oof, that was...
Totally just watched DevM crack under pressure there.
I guess he just hit the wrong hotkey. Maybe he's trying to hit smoke or something and just hit the decrew. I'm not entirely sure. If man, could you imagine if the vehicle
where there's
could
loads
die?
going on and you're just slamming the keyboard like, come on!
Whoa, DevM charging into the base here. Grenadier there with the Faust pack there as well. Oh, and he bounces on the Panzer IV. Pack very low on health though, could get decrewed before it can get any more damage in. Yep, there it goes.
This could have gone either way there, I feel, but having that Panzer IV survive buys Luvnest a little bit of time. This is a great grenade here, really good grenade from DevM. Wipes the machine gun. Will he recapture the Pack 40? I think that would be the real end of this game for Luvnest. Yep, I think Luvnest knows it. He drops from the game. 1-1 in this series, and we are going to an ace game. GG, well played. Welcome everybody to Crossroads. Crossroads is the map for our ace game in what has been another epic series between two fantastic players. Playing from the south side as the USF, we have DevM, and he is locked in with Airborne Company, and I will tell you right now, this is the commander that I was telling you about was the other strategy. Who's he up against, Tightrope?
He's up against Luvnest, and Luvnest is playing OKW and popping Spec Ops. So this is a big diversion from what we've seen so far.
Yeah, this is, I'm really, really happy to see DevM play this. Maybe he realizes this is the last time he might get to play this in this current patch build. Maybe he just thought, I may as well reveal this just once. DevM has been, like one of these players researching a lot recently, as has Luvnest. And, they've been trying to counter the kind of game's current meta in various ways. I think it's smart of Luvnest not to play Ostrupen here, but I'm very interested to see how this game is going to go, because that is just two curveballs thrown out, and it's exciting.
Well, Asian was also playing this commander earlier in the tournament. And, you know, Agent, I feel like kind of premier OKW player at the moment. He's always trying to make them work in tournament during this patch. So, it's Luvnest to also kind of maybe try out this exact same commander. The main feature has been the use of radio silence from Agent,
Yeah.
which is like a slight speed boost. It's really good for like running and gun chasing down squads. And I don't think DevM's much of a attack map user, so maybe that's not going to impact DevM that much. But yeah, against attack map users as well, that radio silence can be lethal.
Yeah, it's still annoying. I think it's still annoying because you just don't even hear when your own squads are seeing stuff. I think you obviously hear the sounds from them on the map itself ambiently, but you know, you can capitalize on that ability so much, and it's so cheap. I mean, 40 munitions for that, I actually think is so good.
Yes. Well, you know, after Command Panther got quite a few nerfs, the commander did need a slight touch up to make it viable again, and that came in the form of radio silence.
Absolutely. But I mean, has Luvnest picked this commander because, you know, it would help him just... I mean, is it... I'm just trying to think, like right here, is it for the infiltration grenades? Is it to have better infantry engagements? Is it for the Orbisoldaten? Is it... You know, actually, where is this going for Luvnest? I have to say, like, I wasn't expecting Luvnest to play this at all in the tournament. So, perhaps you'll be able to enlighten us on some of the potential strategies a bit better than I will in this game.
Well, I mean, Agent, he played both mechanized and battle group. So yeah, he used the flak half track and the looks, double looks, in fact. So I don't know, I don't know what Luvnest has in store. I mean, I think mechanized is the more common path, maybe the more well tested, but you know, the flak half track can be very strong if you can use it correctly.
We have a lieutenant reporting in for duty.
About to see
Flak
though.
half track is actually very, yeah, very potent, very good for map control. But one of the things here, like DevM, when he plays USF, is kind of like prizing, you know, prizing aggression. He's prizing the early game map control. Airborne, I don't feel, is going to give him that same kind of early game. So I think we're going to see a Luvnest here with slightly more resources, and that's dangerous, I think, because Luvnest, when he has resources, is kind of like, I don't want to say unbeatable, but I think he actually outperforms DevM in those chaotic micro engagements when, you know, when he's actually got what he needs to play the game.
Well, this was a really smart move from DevM. Like there was an engagement here between these folks and the re-echelon on the right-hand side. And the re-echelon pulled back quite far. Luvnest pushed on to the fuel point, and then the re-echelon came back and got the cutoff, never retreating. So, you know, Luvnest can't even get any resources here. DevM just blocking them out with these cutoff plays.
Smart play. Very, very smart play. It's actually a pleasure to watch two players like this. You know, it's rare you get two people like so evenly matched who have studied so hard. And the fact that it's an ace game, I don't want to keep saying it, but both of these players could still be in the finals. It's still possible for whoever wins this to go forward and win the lower brackets, get into the grand finals. So still at this point, $10,000 to play for. Beautiful incendiary grenade. Look at the wipes on that. 3 models go down. Tough retreat as well.
Yeah, that was a really good grenade. He saw that the whole squad was low. He's like, oh man, I'm just going to roast them here. He did go for battle group, by the way, Luvnest, so I guess we're going to see the flak half track.
That's nice. That's very nice. By the way, we still have a Stuart coming out from DevM in really, really good time. So you can see he's been managing the resources very effectively. It's, I think it's going to go pretty well toe-to-toe with the flak half-track. One of the reasons why DevM is picking Airborne, you know, is like he actually always says, like, you know, you have to play Lieutenant when you play USF. There's very little reason, you know, for players to play Captain at the moment. Airborne just allows you to, you know, drop the AT guns that you will be, you know, missing from the Captain tier. Primarily, I think that's what he's going for. But yeah, I mean, like Airborne has a great late game. You know, you do have anti-vehicle airstrikes. You've got great sight. You've got potentially air paratroopers, which can have the double LMGs. The only unit that can do that. So it can be very offensive.
Yeah, it's also pretty good against Aussie with the Pathfinders. They can spot the MG long range. But because we're up against OKW, you know, no machine guns super early on. No real reason to get Pathfinders, because they do really suffer against Stern Pioneers. They'll just get bullied real hard by them, so more of an Aussie thing than a OKW matchup specific unit.
Gosh, this is so tough for DevM there. Like, he's losing the infantry engagements constantly. I think it's because Luvnest is just... He's kind of like playing all of his units together in one place. So every time you step there, he's just, you know...
Yeah, we're starting to pop some weapon upgrades now as well. Whereas DevM doesn't quite have bars yet, so he's going to start to struggle in those infantry engagements.
This is interesting, he just dropped the machine gun, and that's kind of like the sign that DevM wants to lock down. He wants to play defensively, have map control, and I think he's a bit worried that he's not going to be able to keep it at the moment. Equally, Luvnest just bringing in a Raketten to help deal with the Stuart. That should keep the flak half-track sustainable on the field. And beautiful play from DevM on the right. He's going to decap the fuel that Luvnest was trying to get, denying a potential double fuel to his opponent.
Oh, Stuart coming in, looking for the flak half-track. The Raketten is nearby. No snaring squads though for Luvnest, and this is dangerous. This is always the trouble with the flak half-track. Have to have your snares nearby.
Can't afford it anyway, I think.
Yeah,
Only,
just now,
only
just now, yeah. It's just one thing you have to be aware with the flak half-track. You know, it can't really defend itself, so you just always have to have support with it. And that's what makes it so tricky to play. You just always have to be considering your position every time it's on the front line.
Yeah, it's lovely to see it played well though, and right here, just the way that it's going to control the center VP, beautiful. You know, it's backed up well by the Rakettenwerfer, but like you said, we don't have the snaring unit near it, so still opportunities for DevM to go in and dive.
Takes in one shot there. So out. But yeah, Luvnest with some really good territory control right now, so it's looking promising for him.
Oh, here come the infiltration grenades. I think Commander revealed there. I'm not sure what else he loaded in with, but
yeah, he
sure
just
sign that he'll be playing
picked this
Spec Ops.
commander so quickly and didn't even get a chance to see. Getting inching forward, it's going to look for some damage on the Stuart. Missing its first shot though.
It's a tough retreat path. Where's the negative cover kick in? He's just avoiding it, just avoiding the road. And what do we have dropping at the moment? Another machine gun coming in for DevM. So he's going for map control. And actually the M1AT gun is really good here against the half-track, I feel. So that's going to give him great coverage. Really good range on an anti-tank weapon. What's the Stuart doing?
He's trying to get the deker on it, but man, he's playing a dangerous game. They're pushing all the way towards Luvnest's base.
Look at that 50 cal positioning though. It's going to get maximum effectiveness out of that. He actually denies the infiltration grenades as well with the opening burst. But half-track positioning. Let's just look at the half-track positioning, by the way. He's actually got an angle on both sides with a line of sight blocker there. This is professional placement of the half-track. And there you can see DevM also taking advantage of that positioning.
Yeah, flak half-track's really bad at shooting through like hedgerows and stuff, as you can see there. It's just no damage. Well, it's big weaknesses, so DevM exploiting that. Oh man, that's a really nice angle on the AT gun there.
Oh! He was nearly going to get the second shot on that. Well, it's looking like Luvnest dominated then, but DevM's just completely turning it around. Just having a look at his resources at the moment as well, and I think he'll be ready to tech up to Major pretty soon.
Yeah, 50 cal in the building there is just so strong, really hard to deal with. You have to come in from like multiple angles, throw grenades on it. It's hard to dislodge.
Is he trying to ground attack through the hedgerow?
Yeah, well, going for some cheeky shots there, hoping something sticks. Oh, infantry support gun from Luvnest to deal with that machine gun, okay.
What's DevM doing over here, by the way, with the Stuart? Where is this going? Is he going for a cap?
I think he's expecting a squad
base?
to come out from that angle to try and flank the machine gun, but it's not the case.
Yeah, now you see him coming back.
Oh, radio science activated. I'm just trying to get something going here.
We should just watch from DevM's angle. You can see on the minimap right now all of the units have disappeared, and you can no longer see on the minimap where Luvnest is.
Oh, Stuart coming in on the rear of the half-track, trying to get the kill here. The kitten is nearby. Oh, this could dangerous stuff. Snaring squad coming back for Luvnest. Oh, he's going to get the snare off. Can the Rakitten finish the job now? Gonna have to go for some attack.
He's going for the ground attack. That's so close. Oh, but it misses. That was really.
Oh my god, the follow-up one too.
You can still see him now. I think he's trying to get an overshot.
Yeah,
it does sometimes happen that the rocket just flies across the map, and you can see he's still going for it. It would be. Oh!
Oh my god!
I can't.
It could do it. It could do it.
This game has the potential and the possibility to do things you would never imagine physically possible.
That was such a good attack by DevM, you know, found the angle, just charging in there after the half-track, and such a good response from Luvnest as well. Just such a pleasure to watch.
Yeah, it's really smart as well. DevM on the right-hand side with his 50 cal machine gun, and he's got the echelons there, giving that sight range that is needed. Panzerschwerer. Oh, sorry, I'm going to call it Panzerschwerer because I think it's going to be that. It's just a supply track, a half track, but we think it's going to be the Panzerschwerer. We know normally where it goes on this map.
Yeah, he did delay that a little bit, having to get out that infantry support gun, slow down his manpower a little bit, but looking to set that up now, and that should allow us some good territory control, maybe defend against some of those flanking Stuart plays as well.
See if the Major's not going to spot it there. Major's forced away by the Stern Pioneers. And DevM is actually just teched up for grenades, which is going to make things a little harder for Luvnest when he gets in at close range. Volks Grenadiers are pushing in there for a Faust against the Stuart. Bit of an overextension. Has to retreat. And I just love the positioning again from this flak half track. It's so effective. The positioning has been spot on.
Yeah, these two. Oh man, this is such a good match. Just constantly attacking and defending just so effectively. Oh man, drops a bar down there.
Where was that?
In the centre.
Oh, in the VP.
Yeah, nothing to pick it up at the moment though.
The Volks are never going to be picking that up. We were waiting for the Stern Pioneer squad to come down and try and grab that.
It's interesting that DevM decided to airdrop in those 50 cals as well, rather than just building them. You know, if you talked to him about that?
No, actually. I mean, I don't know what the unless he's crewed them with echelons, maybe for extra recon. I don't know, but.
Well, Pathfinder, Echelon have the same site. Pathfinders, they have the bonus site.
I'm guessing it might be for a couple of reasons, because firstly, I guess you get a little bit of extra sight with the echelons on there. But also, I think, is it cheaper to reinforce now because there are echelons on the squad?
I don't think so. I think they might have slightly better received accuracy, so it's like less likely to get decrewed by small arms damage. That's the only thing I can really think of, though.
it's so intricate. I still feel like Company of Heroes, like we haven't seen a wipe there of the Volksgrenadiers on the strategic point. Like half-track again is in an excellent position from Luvnest. Still very much in this game despite that squad loss.
Oh man, he cancelled those infiltration grenades, but they didn't. Infiltration grenades all over the map. A lot of bleed here for DevM.
I just noticed the ISG in this build. I think over there to help with. Where is this off map? Okay, Major just dropping some artillery outside Luvnest base. Volksgrenadier, don't know why it's hanging around in that engagement. Radio silence was on then as well. That's probably why that was so difficult for DevM there, trying to keep all his squads alive. Radio silence just... You don't get all those same alerts in... I was just thinking Tightrope. I mean, like, there's so many nuances to the game, especially when you're, like, recrewing dropped team weapons. You know, there is an art to what unit you recrew it with. It's a game that I would say 99% of the player base perhaps doesn't really understand fully. But there are good tutorials out there. I think you've made some yourself, haven't you, Tightrope?
Yeah, just a few. It's a shame they don't have a few more views, you know? There's a lot of depth to the game, as you mentioned, like, and a lot of like micro decisions that can come if you really learn it well.
Yeah, I mean, I seriously recommend. I know we're at a bad time inside the game as the flak half-track goes down there to the M1 and the Stuart.
He thought it was safe there, right next to the flak base, but no. Aggressive AT gun positioning there from DevM.
You're never safe against DevM, and here comes the Sherman. I think it's on HE rounds at the moment. And he's diving in deep here. I mean, this is, I don't want to say risky, but he's just going to take a Faust here. The flak half-track does penetrate occasionally, so this isn't an all-clear. Raketten turns around. We're just going to pan down a little bit just to catch all of this at the moment. The infantry are trying to give some support. Do we see smoke from the Sherman? Yes.
Oh,
that
man.
Smoke may be life-saving.
It could go down.
Desperate.
I think one more Faust and he'll be dead. He's trying to charge in.
Oh, the Faust just cancelled there, but the next model's going to get it. It's down, and the squad goes down in return. Wow.
That was frantic.
Luvnest is going to be furious.
Yeah, that happens sometimes with Fausts. Oh, DevM, he's not satisfied. He's going to try to go for the kill on the tech truck after all that.
ISG sort of surely got a response to this. And there it is. Panzer IV is also on the field now for Luvnest. He's going to use this unit to... this is actually now a dominant unit on the field because the Sherman went down so quickly. Whether or not that was necessary for DevM to do that, I have no idea, but it's going to cost him, I think.
Yeah, big time. Well, DevM's just about there. You know, he's got the fuel for another tank. He just needs some manpower at the moment.
There's actually a Faust from the flanking Volksgrenadier in the south, so the Stuart is just having to repair that engine critical currently.
Okay, more Major Arty coming down on the machine gun. Gonna try and force that off.
He hasn't noticed in time, has he?
Okay, he's getting out now. It takes a while for that Major Arty to come down. Ooh, AT gun down. Luvnest pushing in for the Stuart.
Does he fear the mine, or is he going to chance it?
He can.
He's taking the risk.
Is he going
Beautiful pickup.
Oh, he's going to try to stick around
Snare,
now.
I think.
Kill this AT
Snare
gun.
actually come from another unit.
I think it was just like a super long range one for one of the rifleman squads. Okay, he's staying on top of the AT gun for the moment. DevM's there. He can build a vehicle if he wants. He's got one bazooka coming in. It's tense for Luvnest. He manages to recrew the AT gun again. Trying to get the decrease it again.
Oh.
This is a crazy amount of manpower bleed here for DevM as well. And
Look
nice
at this setup
positioning.
though with the MG34 and the back lines. It's going to prevent the echelons from getting the kill. They get a great long-range bazooka off. It is not enough. DevM is trying to now push up through the center, but he's not going to be able to decap because of the Panzerschwere headquarters. And DevM, by the way, no manpower. He's just trying to reinforce his army right now, and that means Luvnest is going to be able to get significant map control back during this time.
This is craziness. Okay, a bit of a flank coming from these riflemen. Is he going hunting for the Panzer IV? There's too many squads here anyway. Not going to be successful.
Yeah, it's going to be a struggle for him to push anything right now. I mean, you can see he invested in the Jackson, so rather than just reinforcing all his squads and getting back on the field. Not a bad idea at all. But also, I guess because he's taken the Jackson now, he's feeling pretty confident about his infantry's ability. But that's going to change because Obersoldaten are now on the field. They're upgrading with the MG34 machine gun. And so, you know, infantry engagements are not going to remain favorable for DevM.
Well, I'm surprised he didn't go for the ISTGs. You know, it's one of the main features of this commander. I think it synergizes really well with radio silence also. Certainly,
Yeah,
that was what Asianman was doing a lot yesterday. He was always going for the ISTGs.
It's probably a force of habit. I wonder if he just hits the hotkey.
Could be. But yeah, DevM did really need that Jackson because, you know, he didn't get his AT gun destroyed. I think he's only got one bazooka in the rear echelon, so without the Jackson, he would struggle to fend off this Panzer IV.
Yeah, it's a good choice. I wonder if we will see another AT gun deployed, or whether we can just rely solely on the Jackson in this game. By the way, ISG just taking occasional shots at the rifleman. It's 3 kills. That's you know, 2/3 of its kills so far in the game we just caught there. But it's just annoying. You know, you just have to be moving constantly just to avoid that.
Yeah, I think this is another main feature of it. Just having smoke. There's these double 50 cals. Allows Luvnest so much more freedom to move around. Okay, good dodge on that grenade.
I can't help feeling that smoke isn't helpful here because the Obersoldaten are just raring to unload this MG34. And it's like they're just standing there waiting for the field to clear. Actually, they take suppression. One of the models on the right, I think they're just very slightly out of cover, so that unit is not having a good entry to this game at all. Luvnest, by the way, is I think close to getting the Panther now. Oh no, he's actually building one. He's not going to go for the Command Panther. Stern Pioneer flank on the 50 cal, supported by the ISG. Actually, I think the Stern Pioneers are just going to rip through this squad. They may even capture it. They have enough health to do so.
I think that's the radio silence in effect right there. I don't think Luvnest, I mean, I don't think DevM heard that one coming. He didn't retreat that at all. You know, he didn't even start the retreat, and that is the impact of the radio silence.
That is actually so nice from Luvnest. So nice. I'm always talking about how I want to see like more abilities used like this in Company of Heroes. It is a game where like there's a lot of stealth available. There's a lot of like recon abilities. There's a lot of things you can do under the radar. That's one of them, and I just think that's absolutely beautiful play.
Radio silence has been lifted. Units are now visible to the enemy.
Well, Panther on the field now for Luvnest. It's kind of a 2v1 against the Jackson. Do have a AT gun just freshly dropped in by DevM to assist though. This could be the time for Luvnest to get aggressive. Coming in with the Panther, getting things going here. Well, very aggressive.
This could be a mistake.
Yeah, 2 snaring squads there. The AT gun, but he's in the smoke. You can't see him at the moment. that was maybe an unnecessary risk, but okay. Luvnest willing
Yeah,
to risk
maybe
it.
an overtuned spawn point.
Yeah, I actually caught one yesterday. Panzerwerfer just ran straight into the front line. Oh man, it was heartbreaking.
That's an amazing grenade there, bundle grenade from the Obersoldaten. And there's the MAA1 howitzer, the Scott howitzer.
Order received. We shall comply.
I actually like that addition. That I think is a pretty reasonable counter to one Obersoldaten and also the units that are taking cover positions in the center. I actually like the choice there.
Yeah, it was interesting. Luvnest actually started a second Ober, but cancelled it and went for a second. Oh, well, did he cancel it or did he lose it? No, cancelled it, I guess, and that was for the manpower for the Panther. But now he's got the double machine guns, and the Scott should be really effective against that. Having stolen away that 50 cal.
When you pair it up against the ISG that is now on 4 kills, and the Scott has just got that in half the time. There is that really important first hit. Oh my god, look at that Scott! Just assisted with 3 model wipes on the Stern Pioneers there. And this is really going to eat into Luvnest's manpower, make it difficult for him to keep reinforcing all of these squads, the Obersoldaten. Panther's got to be so careful with the health it's dropped in case of a snare.
Ooh, nearly gets that rifle squad in the centre. Close call.
Oh, Jackson. Ground attack there from the Panther. DevM's trying to return it
Radio silence
unsuccessfully.
activated. Units are now visible to the enemy.
It's just so cheeky, you know? It's like units attack grounding, hiding behind shot blockers. It's all over this central VP. That's where the contest is right now. And Luvnest is quite far behind on the victory points. 180.
Massive hits from the Jackson. I love to see this because this is a really tense game. You know, actually both players are really giving it some right now, and they've just got to take advantage of every single opportunity that comes to them. They're going to be exhausted as well from the games they've already played today. The pressure is just absolute max right now, and both players have really switched it on as well. I think the Jackson just tried to take a ground attack shot at the Volksgrenadiers, knowing that they were going to be at low health after the grenade. I mean, like, who tries that? Who tries stuff like that? It didn't work, but, you know, just such amazing ideas coming out of these players right now. Second Jackson is coming onto the field for DevM. He's relying a lot on his infantry, I think, here.
Yeah, well, if he keeps that Scott safe, we've seen it already, that thing can just rack up a kill count, so as long as he's got enough anti-tank to protect that bad boy, he's in a good position.
Luvnest is just trying for those ground attack shots through the fog of war. DevM, you can see, he spotted it. And you can see on the ground all of these little pot shots through the fog of war that the players have been taking. And later on, you'll see, you know, these are going to be the medium cover that they're going to use to advance. Yeah, there's more than one reason to ground attack.
Okay, first activation of the artillery flares here for Luvnest. He's got the lay of the land, coming in for some more attack rounds thanks to that site. It's just such a funny attack ground war through this hedgerow at the moment. Double machine guns here to shut down.
Where is this going?
It's assault. Some long range hits on that Panther though.
It is, yeah. I actually think it's very important that the Panther doesn't give away veterancy to the Jacksons right now.
Oh
You don't
man.
want to be letting those get too strong.
Yeah, Luvnest in a tight position. DevM continuing to advance with these smoke grenades. Oh man, and the Raketans is in trouble. Takes
going to go down. Lucky to get away with that one. But now the Raketans down. You just look at the Jacksons as they go in. The Panzer IV goes down. Jackson's ready to continue the push. Actually, I think they're fearing a Faust from the Volksgrenadiers. I'm not sure that Luvnest can do anything about this. DevM just trying to get cheeky grenades off from the Stern Pioneers, but Luvnest is paying attention here. Radio silence on again. By the way, Luvnest can call in a Command Panther right now, and he hits the button. Panther and Command Panther. Such a shame that the Panzer IV went down. However, I think he was pop-capped, so that wouldn't have mattered anyway. What a game.
Yeah. Oh man.
I actually really like, and I don't know if this was the intention, but the fact that he went for the Panther first, it allowed him to have a call-in tank quick button, you know, by making the standard Panther call before the Command Panther.
Yeah, I don't know if he planned that, but if he did, it's power to him.
If he didn't, now you know.
Radio silence has been lifted. Units are now visible to the enemy.
Oh, Panther's coming in. He's got the flares up so he can see that these tanks are appearing at the moment. Trying to exploit that. He reacts well though, jumps back inside quickly.
I think the M1 just neglected to fire there. Didn't even turn
Yeah,
the
I don't know
turret.
what was going on there. Yeah.
I was like, guys, wake up. What are you doing? Just keep the vision on at the moment so you can actually see. Oh, huge hits again from the Jackson. I think he's actually guessing through the fog of war there and got lucky that Panther from Luvnest is going to have to pull back now and get repairs. DevM is so aggressive.
Yeah, he's using smoke grenades on his officers just so well at the moment. It's allowing him to just make these pushes time and time again.
Oh, the Scott is really putting that pressure on too. Just able to dislodge any MG position on the right-hand side. Luvnest, I think, is in a tricky situation right now, but it's all just a fight for the center VP. And the VPs, they're not actually too far apart. Both players still very much in this game right now. Plenty of time to come up with counters to each other's builds. Oh, that was such a quick snare from DevM. He's going to get the longest snare ever on that Panther. Second one is still finishing repairs, but look how far back Luvnest has to go just to avoid these Jacksons. Taking these guess shots through the fog of war.
Yeah, Rakitten was just out of range for all that as well. Return fire.
Well, tightrope. I mean, where does Luvnest go from here? He's got two Panthers out. You'd think, okay, that's going to be pretty decent helping out against the Jacksons, but he is effectively pop-capped right now. There isn't a great deal that he can change. But where does Luvnest go?
I think he just needs to get aggressive with these Panthers at some stage, maybe come in from an unexpected angle and just pick off one of DevM's vehicles and, you know, leverage the high health of the Panther to escape from that kind of aggressive engagement. Because yeah, you can't build anything else. That's all you can do.
I'm waiting for him to perhaps hit that second ISG. Oh no, I can't even afford that one.
Yeah, I mean, he could go for an IR searchlight, I suppose. Squeeze that into the composition, and you know, maybe that would save him some munitions. Wouldn't have to use the flares all the time.
The radio silence is off, and that means DevM can start pushing again. He's got to be constantly wary of that ability. And Luvnest here is constantly Panthers on vehicle-only mode, which suggests I think he's just really expecting the Jackson to dive any moment. Scott still being so effective, 2 models down off of the Obersoldaten there. Jackson taking a bit of a beating here. This is really danger territory. Actually got caught up by its own Jackson. There's the shot from the Rakitten. Huge plays from Luvnest, or rather a misplay from DevM that led to that. That's a serious loss. DevM's going to go diving in for another Jackson. But DevM is not pop capped. I don't think that's an ideal situation from him at all.
Yeah.
Major goes down there actually to the Panzerschwerer headquarters. Luvnest's got to be so careful with his Jackson. Sorry, with his Panther against the Jackson. We actually have double layers of MG42s in the center here. One just to suppress, the other to cover for the MG.
DevM, this is the first time for a long time he's had to just like pull all the way back. Maybe losing the lieutenant here as well? Oh man. It's all falling apart for him all of a sudden. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, that's that's unfortunate. Hopefully right now he takes his time, because I would argue that DevM is actually in a really good position for this. He's got time. He has time to build a counter. He knows exactly what Luvnest has got.
Uh-oh, we're kidding. Scott's out of range. Oof, oof. We're going to see another attack ground clinic there.
The orbital dart and just pick up a bazooka there.
Oh, Command Panther was trying to go for the Scott. Double Jackson's around the corner though. This could be the end of the Command Panther. He's blitzing out, trying to get away.
This is huge. Oh, the fact that the Panther takes the shot as well. Did it survive?
Bounces the killing blow. Heartbreaking
How
for
did it
DevM.
survive that? DevM's gonna be furious. That was really unlucky, and that was exactly the pickup that he needed right there.
Yeah, after suffering so many losses, Lieutenant, Major, Jackson, he needed to get something back, but Luvnest doesn't allow it, or RNG gods don't allow it, bouncing that final blow. Flares up again. These just have to be weighing on DevM's mind. Every time they're up, he's like, oh man, he knows exactly where I am. What can I even do about this, you know? And he's just about there though for the P-47s, and maybe that could be a difference maker in the next big tank engagement. Looks like DevM charging behind this, maybe looking to leverage those P-47s here.
Yeah, I think he would have to play P-47s on the right-hand side of the map to avoid maybe the Panzerschwerer providing anti-air. Radio silence on again. You can see on the minimap right now, I'm highlighted as DevM, so you can see what DevM would be seeing himself on the minimap, and you can see that it is you can see that it's hard for him. He's gonna have to be really, really focused on the front lines, and hardly has any time really to go back to base. It's so risky as well to be outside of your tank at a time like this with no support, because if those vehicle crew, any of those models really like drop and you can't get back into the tank, it's devastating.
Just comes forwards. It's quite a lot of damage though. Vet 3 on that Jackson now. That thing's going to be a real weapon.
It's going to go for it. Look at the range. I mean, interestingly, you know, Luvnest has got so many options here because he is, you know, doing really well on fuel still, and you know, he's not going to be able to insta-call in a Command Panther should it go down, but he'll be able to build something immediately if he loses any of his armor. So he's in a really, really good spot. DevM still has plenty of popcap to play with, so I think that's why DevM is, you know, if he can hold on for a while, he has the potential to lead the game.
Yeah, well, he can even go above 100 pop cap, you know, by decrewing his vehicles. He can maybe squeeze 1 or 2 more units in there, which can be quite hard to deal with in the late game.
Absolutely. Just notice that fuel on the right-hand side just isn't being capped by DevM. Just so much going on right now. He's actually investing in another M8A1 howitzer. So I think I actually don't mind this decision because MGs are a problem. Infantry are a problem, and I think he maybe just wants to get the manpower income from Luvnest down. I think it was to force him to constantly be spending manpower on reinforcing, or at least constantly weakening those squads on the front line. So I actually really like this choice. So many munitions as well being banked for the P-47s. So much veterancy on the Jacksons too. Rate of fire has definitely gone up there on one Jackson. You can see it. A pair of them just return shots. Radio silence is on again. Did the Scott just penetrate the Panther?
Might have done. Oh,
I think he just penetrated the front armor of the Panther.
The thing with double Scots is, you know, like 2 shots can land in quick succession and just like wipe out a unit instantly. Can really make a difference in terms of squad wipes.
DevM's got to be so careful with the Jackson's radio silence is on.
Ooh.
And look how low health that one became there.
Panther's coming in now, maybe behind us. They can charge through those hedgerows. They do have the heavy crush. No.
I think actually breaking the heavy crush would be to his disadvantage at the moment. Doesn't want to open the map up against the Jacksons.
Yeah, exactly. So it needs to be a tactical decision. Yeah. If he's going to pull the trigger on that, it has to be worthwhile.
Radio silence has been lifted. Units are now visible to
I
the
fully
enemy.
agree. Here come the special operations flares from Luvnest. We'll just give you a little glimpse of what his vision is like at the moment, as they've been called just outside of the base, so Luvnest knows where that's coming.
Coming in, going for one of these Scots. And there it goes.
One of the Scots is down.
Another one in trouble as well.
They're aware of the Jacksons.
Oh, and even one doing some big damage.
I actually think if the P-47s were called there, the planes are so likely to get one of these Panthers. What are the Panthers doing? Currently spinning around in the axis. P-47's called in. Here we go.
Down.
One is down.
What about the Command Panther? It's up next. The vetted Jackson is still alive. The other one's down. P-47's connecting so well.
This is huge. Can the Jackson get the last shot? It does. Both Panthers are down. DevM has just sealed himself a little bit of a victory. The Command Panther's coming back in straight away. It's already cooled down long enough. But P-47s are going to be all over the battlefield right now, just waiting for that unit to arrive. As soon as it's detected, they're going to fly off and deliver some rounds immediately. Can the Jackson repair quick enough to take advantage of this? That was a huge play from DevM. Such a well-timed use of the ability.
And that all happened because Luvnest Panther was just like spinning around for some reason. Oh man. Oh, he's coming in. He's got the flares up. He's going after the Scot. Oh no. Not going to get the kill. Well, maybe he can get the kill on the vetted up Jackson. Jackson trying to get out of range here. AT gun coming around the corner. No machine gun on that Panther, so I can't really do too much against the anti-tank gun here.
Yeah, you're right. Did you see the M1, by the way? It just caught a shell on that Command Panther right on the edge of its cone of vision. Vox Grenadiers get away with like hardly any health there. And Luvnest doing the right thing here, playing hyper aggressive right now to just try and make sure. DevM's got no manpower, so he's struggling to reinforce right now. He's bringing in another Jackson, which would hopefully give him the edge.
Yeah, but Luvnest isn't too far away from the fuel for another Panther, so man, neither player here willing to give an inch. Just such a tight contest.
Oh, this is one of the best Company of Heroes games in series I've like cast and seen in such a long time. They're just so matched against each other right now. Look at the veterancy, by the way, on Luvnest's army. Vet 5 Raketmotor, Vet 5 ISG, Vet 5 MG34, Vet 5 Stern Pioneers, Vet 5 Volks Grenadiers, Vet 5 Obersoldaten. Like, what? What? And how is DevM surviving against this?
It's incredible. Like, this is with DevM, you know, he's got grenades, he's got the Scots, but somehow Luvnest is keeping everything alive. Oh, speaking of things alive, it's no longer the case for the rear echelon. Take a nasty infiltration grenade. Down they go.
This is where it's really difficult. DevM has not taken the fuel on the right-hand side for a long time now, and with the last vehicle that DevM's brought out, the M36 Jackson, he's a long way off getting another vehicle. If he loses one now, it's actually going to be crippling for him. So, this is looking very good for Luvnest right now. Luvnest, of course, also starting to equalize those VPs. And you can tell DevM just must be so stressed because that right fuel point hasn't been capped for a very long time now.
Yeah, he's only got eyes for the victory points at the moment. And one thing that DevM doesn't really have is anything like providing him with long-range sight. So he can't really fully utilize these Jacksons with their 60 range.
So good from Luvnest there. It's a little sprint in with the Obersoldat, and here come the infiltration grenades. DevM has got to go out of there. Scott just doing the Lord's work against the Obersoldat, and so much so that actually it looks like the bazooka is now the primary weapon that appears on the Obersoldat squad, which is quite amusing.
Wait, I can't believe he actually picked up a bazooka with the Obers. Reduce their DPS against infantry. Oh, double Jackson's mobilizing on the Panther perhaps? Thinking about it. He just pops the coordinated fire. It's enough to scare DevM off.
Such a huge shot from the Jackson. The range, absolutely insane. ISG, by the way, 22 kills now. It's just doing more and more work. Smoke pop there by the M8A1 howitzer, essential in allowing DevM to get one VP in the center. Let's not lie though. DevM's got a lot of work to do here. He's also playing more risky now than he was before. In fact, I think he's going to lose this rifleman squad to the Obersoldat, and on the retreat, they're so low health. Oh, you see him there just picking that hit and retreat immediately. There's smoke to defend. That's beautiful. Actually, was that from the ISG?
That was Luvnest's own smoke. But that kind of is working for him because the 50 cal was right there, and now that's getting completely overwhelmed. And this is what the Scott is not so good at. You know, infantry charging at you head on here is where Sherman would be more effective with the HE rounds. He's hanging on for the moment.
Oh, that's Scott. Can we see them taken down on the retreat? It's so close.
Oh man.
And there's the squad wipe for DevM. Scott's doing really well here. DevM's going to go for another rifleman. I think this is sensible, actually. He knows that Luvnest has been suffering from some anti-infantry.
Surprised he doesn't go for another officer, like a rebuild on the lieutenant. Because he was making use of those smoke grenades so well early on, and you don't get access to them with regular riflemen. He's already got 3 riflemen, you know, he doesn't really need a snaring squad. So this is a little bit of a surprise for me.
Well, we won't argue with the great DevM.
No, exactly. I mean, he wrote the book on US forces, really, so... kind of same with Asiaman and OKW, you just accept that what they're doing it must be correct.
It's sad, isn't it, when we as casters, we just have to sometimes just bow down and say, like, well, you know, we can't argue.
Yeah.
We'd love to give you some constructive tips about why this is happening. Can't always be done.
One thing that we haven't, well, DevM doesn't have anymore is minesweeping. So if Luvnest can chuck down a few mines, you know, the next time the Jacksons get aggressive, that could backfire quite badly.
Yeah, mines at this stage would be a real thorn in DevM's side. And he has conceded a lot of map control, so you know, there's plenty of opportunity for Luvnest to do that. And also, you know, like, if Luvnest were to just wait for DevM to kind of push, make an assault, and then just turn on radio silence when there's mines, I mean, that would just be absolute chaos for DevM to deal with. It's so hard.
Okay, speaking of radio silence, here it is again, pressuring the AT gun. Oh, and down it goes. That's such a nasty burst from those Vet 5 overs.
It's furious, really, really furious when that does turn on. DevM here, I think he's actually waiting for a vehicle. Oh,
what a shot! Just denied the opportunity to get that AT gun back. DevM going for another Sherman, but I think Luvnest is going for the King Tiger.
I saw that earlier. I thought, no.
Yeah, he's got the mechanized down. He's got a huge float. Oh no, he's building another Raketten. Just as I say that, huh? Okay.
You teased Tightrope. You just got everyone so excited.
He's
including me.
It's just like, you know, he's about 50 manpower away from it. I thought it was going to happen.
Radio silence has been lifted. Units are now visible to the enemy.
The Sherman's really good. He's got munitions for the P-47 air strafing run as well, or loiter rather. And you know, with a good assault, he could do some serious damage. Spec Ops flares, artillery flares are called in. So at the moment, Luvnest knows he can see all. Mysterious Eye of Sauron. It's amazing, really, though, how much of a hard time the Panthers in this game have had pushing the lines. You think, like, Luvnest has just had this godly army on the field for so long, but he hasn't been able to play that aggression. And also, I think it's because, you know, he doesn't have those units which are, like, aggressive units. He's got the Obersoldaten, yes, and he's got, you know, one squad of Volksgrenadiers, so actually his pushing units have dwindled. He's got a very good, like, defense platform, but, really is it.
Yeah, it's just a crazy war of attrition for the VPs. Still over 100 for both players left, and we're 52 minutes into the match.
Yeah, this has the this could go on forever, it feels like.
It could. But Luvnest sneaking onto that VP. I think that's the first time he's capped it in a very, very long time. Reaching up to the south finally.
I think you can already tell, you know, the addition of the Sherman is really, really beneficial to DevM's loadout. It's just going to stop those initial pushes, going to allow the rifleman to do really good work. Doesn't want to lose that at any cost. It's actually blocked in by the Scott. DevM, though, I think has to be equally careful, because when you bunch up like that, you're just begging that Scott to hit you with a shell. It's a huge shot from the ISG there as well. We see forcing the rifleman squad away.
I think at the moment it's just going to come down to the Raketen positioning of Luvnest. You can sneak them in. Maybe he can get something going here. And same story, if they're out of position, he could be in some big trouble, because as you mentioned, he's only got one snaring squad left. Hasn't put down any mines. With the aggressive vehicle play from DevM, could be huge, especially if those Raketens are out of position.
He's got to be really careful as well, you know, with the units that he keeps on the front line. The Scott doesn't have a great deal of health there. It needs to be there for the smoke, obviously, but you know, we've seen those Panther dives, and they've been strong.
Yeah, you don't know what Luvnest is going to go for next. It's a mystery at this stage. So he doesn't have the pop cap for the King Tiger anymore. Building that second Raketen.
Yeah, his army is, I think, to me it feels slightly awkward. You know, slightly awkward to have on the field, because it's just, how aggressive can you really be with this? Someone's asking, by the way, Scott and ISG, how many kills? Well, the ISG's on 28 kills. Scott is on 40. Scott has arguably been more effective here. Smoke there, popped from the Sherman. Constant support being given for this point in the center. And do I detect that DevM is like coming back into this game?
Yeah, he's built his army back up. He's also close to the pop cap. Oh my god. Limit. Good shot there from the infantry support gun, trying to do its best Scott impersonation. Okay, well, Luvnest started a Panther but decided against it. Now going for the walking Stuka.
That's interesting. That's a really interesting decision there. I'm not sure how I feel about it, though, to be honest. Oh, it's a huge hit from the Scott. I was worried there for a second we could see the orbital Darton go down. But we haven't. Got away just thanks to the smoke. I think smoke was actually delivered from the Sherman there, which helped the orbital Darton get out of that engagement. Huge hits from the Jackson. This Vet 3 Jackson just sitting on the front line, stopping any of these Panthers being effective. And we're just thinking, what is this Stuka going to deliver on this map? I mean, really, we've only got the machine gun as a position there. Is it going to be super effective against the Scott? Is he waiting for DevM to pop out of his vehicles and then try and hit them with the Stuka shot? It's possible. They're not likely.
Well, I mean, they can do pretty good damage to vehicles, the walking Stuka. It's probably the most damaging of all the rocket artillery pieces against tanks, so...
This game is just so beautiful. Like, the dance around the center VP here has just been incredible. And, you know, though you just see the grenades being dodged through the fog of war. Here's Luvnest. You can see him now just popping the special operations flares. You can see everything that DevM has there. I think he's going to be a little bit worried, but that signals to me that Stuka's going to be firing. And here comes that first shot.
Okay,
it's very effective against the Scott.
Yeah, he really kills it there. Oh, we're getting in from the side. And the Jackson missing its shot though. Panther thinking about coming through the center. Sherman low. Oof. Getting away for the moment though.
That's a really tough one. I think DevM was just thinking, should I go for the Panther? Should we do a ground shot from Luvnest there? The Panther's going for the dive.
Yeah.
Check this out. Oh, DevM hasn't gone back far enough. And there it is, Sherman down. Luvnest has realized it's now or never. Orbital Darton, by the way. Just healing whilst on the move, firing on the move. Such a Terminator at Veteran C5. The unit that Luvnest has fought to earn.
And Luvnest trying to set up a triple cap here all of a sudden. Even about to tick under 100. He does still have those P-47s locked and loaded though, so that could be a big feature of his next push out. And DevM still has plenty of resources, you know, 500 manpower in the bank, so he's got a lot to work with at the moment.
Have you seen Luvnest's fuel?
Yeah, well.
Banking 600 fuel at the moment. Gluttonous fuel play from Luvnest. We have to see some really special things here. I think DevM's actually been playing out of his skin given what he's been up against and veterancy from his opponent. And he's got to be careful. Got to be really, really careful here. The Jacksons.
Yep, dropping the P-47s.
Come in.
And the kitten is
good
there.
call. There's going to be rear armor here on the Panther as well.
Chasing in after it. The Vet 3 Jackson could be in trouble though. Down it goes. Come on, Panther, one shot from
No, it
death
doesn't.
now. Can he finish the job or will he just miss? No.
DevM, what a beautiful, beautiful play from DevM. Orbital Darton on the right-hand side could go down to the Sherman here. That's got to be a kill, surely. Yes, and they dropped the MG34, which is huge. DevM now dropping below 75 VPs. Command Panther called in for Luvnest, and smoke being dropped on the center VP because DevM knows he has to get control of that VP. Command Panther here is going to come in as a surprise. I think DevM's going to be a bit shocked to see that and is going to lose the Sherman for sure. And it looked promising, but it is kind of falling to pieces.
Yeah.
You look at Luvnest, he's losing a lot of models now to the Scott. Command Panther's going to try and force that unit away. Stern Pioneers no longer able to defend the point there. There's a bit of vision given by the 50 cal on the right hand side, so the Jackson is coming back in. Veterancy 2 now. These Jacksons are scary. We're getting long range, look at that. Now, tightrope. Look at Luvnest's army now after that engagement. Are we going to see a comeback?
Well, there's a lot of decreed team weapons at the moment, so if DevM can finish the job on these, deny them to Luvnest, he can certainly hurt Luvnest a lot, and he's going for the steal on one of the machine guns. And kill that decreed kitten as well. DevM's going to be in a really nice position. Luvnest does have a few more VPs to work with though, 167, so he has a bit of time to rebuild. Don't think that walking Stuka hit anything really there.
Stand ready. DevM team is back to full strength.
Oh, got the one Jackson. DevM's going to go for another Jackson. Slowly, he's been whittling down the infantry forces of Luvnest. It's smart play. The Scott, by the way, let's see how many kills now. 56 kills on that howitzer.
Luvnest had enough.
Smoke there being popped.
He's charging in.
Hard retreat. Where's he going?
Oh, big bundle grenade. Smoke covering the retreat.
It's so tense.
It's just, this has happened so many times throughout the match, like both units standing in smoke just trying to throw grenades on each other blindly. Oh, big push here.
So tense. There's no MG on the right hand side to stop the riflemen this time, so actually they're going to go in. I think they could actually clear the Rakettans, and yep, Luvnest wants to keep the veteran C5 down on the Rakettan. It's a big steal. Is he going to go for the Rakettan weapon, or is he going to try and go for the snare? Yeah, actually no, just trying to chase away the ISG. This is such a good play from DevM. Could this be the moment where he tips the game?
Oh boy, that
thought
machine gun.
34 could also go down, and it does. Luvnest not looking so strong at the moment.
Steal on the Rakettan too from DevM. Oh man. Oh, can I get away though? Ober's coming in with some nasty LMG fire.
Well, does this allow Luvnest to now build some counters with the fuel he has? Or is he just going to be suffering such manpower attrition from this point onwards?
He's already got the counter. He's got the walking Stuka. That should work well against the team weapons. It's ready to fire. It hasn't fired for quite some time now.
I'm so glad to see Luvnest still playing aggressively at this moment. You know, still forcing DevM support weapons back to base, forcing reinforcements, forcing manpower spend, and it's really what the game has come to.
It's just you're never safe, you know, you're out the back, repairing up your tanks, and then Luvnest just swoops in with the Panther, with the Rakettans, and you're like, oh damn it, I have to react to that all of a sudden. Very, very hard to deal with, and certainly weighing on DevM's mind constantly.
Our supply lines have been cut. Americans are making
I love this from DevM as well. You can just sit in the cover position here, and he's got really good sight for the Jackson.
DevM read that one like
well
a book.
dodged by DevM.
Yeah.
Well, as well as all this, we've passed the hour mark in this game. Hour-long game in an ace game. And two players who have played out of their skin in this tournament so far. They played out of their skin in this series, and it's still going. And actually has the potential, I think, to go for another 20 minutes.
Yeah, it does.
Depending.
This could be the longest tournament match in COH history. It's just... oh, what a pleasure to watch as well.
It is. I'm glad I picked my can of Relentless that I'd reserved for this weekend out of the fridge for this game when I did.
Fit 5, Rakettan taking quite a lot of damage there from that 50 cal.
Yeah, that really has to get out of there quickly. The veteran C5 and all of the infantry right now is a godsend for Luvnest because it's something that will really, you know, save
this
him.
is a bad time to get
Panther's
aggressive.
taking damage. Snare's going to come in here. This is a serious problem for Luvnest. The Kettenwerfer shouldn't be having to deal with this with a two-man squad.
That's the difference here. I think most people, two-man Rakettan, they would have retreated there, but Luvnest kept it on the battlefield, And he desperately needed it. Without that there, those Jacksons could have come in and finished off the Panther. That was clutch.
Absolutely. DevM can actually go for another tank now, so he can get back up to that build where he had the Sherman in the loadout. A Sherman right now would just be too much, surely. I'm still laughing about this Orbital Darton with the bazooka. Every engagement I see this guy just reloading the thing.
Okay, here comes the walking Stuka, dodging his machine gun. Oh, perfect. Dodges out to the side. Oh, the Obers!
The Vet 5 Orbital Darton are down! No.
Oh, that might be a little bit too tough now for Luvnest to come back from. He needed those Obers so badly. Oh, that is heartbreaking for him. Scott finally strikes the killing blow.
That may have been the moment. I don't know if we can get the replay on that. I don't know if I set the replay up for 1 minute or 20 seconds, but I'm not sure if we'll actually get to see that. That absolutely crucial moment.
The Jacksons are mobilizing. DevM looking to get aggressive behind this. Oh, the infantry support gun goes down as well. Jackson trying to finish the job on the decrew weapon. Rebuild on the Obers from Luvnest. He does have the opportunity to maybe, you know, go for another tank here or something, but rebuilding the Obers.
I see there are people who aren't listening to the cast wondering, what was that replay? I was hoping to catch the Obersoldaten again, but I messed around with the replay timings recently and I can't remember what it was. By the way, Tightrope, MG34 is still there on the right-hand side of the map. And I'm thinking, could you imagine if Luvnest, like... Oh, it's just got picked up by the rifleman. Can you imagine if he got his new Obersoldaten, picked up the second? That'd be beautiful.
Oh! Out of nowhere, down goes the Jackson in the center.
Luvnest is playing out of his skin at the moment to get back into this. The VPs are coming close to equalizing again, just 20 difference in VPs between them. Panther's starting to get aggressive now as well.
Yeah, Luvnest getting a bit desperate. Oh, good. There we go. Walking Stuka finally gets something done there. Clearing the Raketten. Allows the Panther a bit more breathing room in the center now. Instant rebuild on that Jackson though from DevM.
This is absolutely crazy. How Luvnest is even surviving here, I don't know. But surviving is one thing. He's actually making a credible comeback right now, as we're about to see the center VP get decapped.
Neck and neck on the victory points. Luvnest with a 10 VP lead at this stage, but that could go down in a split second. Okay, it's got the cap off though.
I think it's going to be very difficult to keep track of which squad has the LMG-34, but I think it's this squad on the VP at the moment. So we're going to watch the Obersoldaten pair each other's weapons against each other.
Oh, double Jackson's on the Panther. Oh, it's in some trouble.
No! The Scott again! And they've dropped the LMG for the second time. This time the Stern Pioneers have it. They have a bar. They have an LMG-34. This is crazy, but of course the riflemen actually retain their weapon. Scott now on 70 kills.
I think it's been on the battlefield for about 40 minutes, maybe even 50 at this stage. So is that plenty of time to work with it?
Amazing. Amazing. This is kind of like how OKW was designed, you know, like you have super veterancy in the units, even when you have few of them, can kind of survive on their own a little bit. I mean, DevM is still finding it difficult somewhat with the army he has. I think at this stage, I would actually call it to say that DevM is very likely to win this one, but this game has turned around and around and around.
Yeah, especially with P-47s in the bag, you know, if his armor gets in a sticky situation, you can just pop that, get out a jail free card, and then just run down the VP clock from here. So DevM looks to be in the winning position right now.
Luvnest is going for those orbital darting again. I feel so bad for him. Is this the 4th squad?
Combat unit ready.
I think it's the 4th squad.
Yeah, 4th.
Consolidate our forces. We are down to 50 points.
50 and 51 VPs. 1 hour and 12 minutes into this game. And I'm exhausted. Like, I can't even imagine how exhausted these guys are.
He doesn't even have the munitions for the upgrade on the Obers, so they're not going to be terribly effective without that. Here comes Walking Stuka.
It's not a bad position. I think he was unlucky to get the 50 cal there. MG34. Well, actually, it's a stolen 50 cal. He's got to really do some work to pin down all these squads here for the Volksgrenadiers, but the Scot again nearly causing a squad wipe on the retreat. And what do we have here? P-47's coming in again. This time whilst the Jacksons come in.
That's what I was talking about. He just pops them, buys some breathing room in the center, and going to try to drain out the victory points from here.
All gun batteries reporting. Reconnaissance by flare now available.
Man, Luvnest coming back in. The Panther, the machine gun on the Panther is going to reveal its position. P-47 is going to come through for some more damage. Oh! Squad down, infantry support gun. Even unvetted doing some nasty damage.
We really don't expect to see that. This is bad. It's down. The Command Panther is down. Such poor timing there. Luvnest loses it to the P-47s. I think he didn't realize that they'd flown off the map, tracking him. How on earth do you get back into this game now?
He's got to try it though. So much money on the line. He's not going to give up yet. And DevM, doesn't have many VPs. Oh, but the Sherman. One shot there. And he just can't get in the victory point circle at the moment. There's pressure kicking in. The Sherman blasting out any squad trying to get into the middle.
Yeah, smoke is really, really needed right now from the ISG just to allow them at least to get onto the point. But
really good walking Stuka barrage. Finish off the machine gun. Okay, maybe you can get something going here. Sherman come around the corner though. Rakitten's right there. Oh!
Stern Pioneers go down. This is really starting to look unwinnable now for Luvnest. He's about to come under the 10 VP mark. I don't actually think there is enough time to get on a VP right now. So I don't know about you, Tightrope, but I think we're gonna say that DevM is the winner of this Ace Game series. What a crazy, crazy game!
Oh, absolutely incredible. Both players played their hearts out here. Such a pleasure to watch.
Yeah, and both of these players absolutely deserved to go through in this tournament. They played their hearts out, they studied hard, they've put on an amazing show. One of these players can still make it into the grand finals. And there we go, Luvnest dropped from the game. And Tightrope, I'm not going to leave this game just yet, because I think we should have a look at some of the units in this game and just recap like how effective some of what a DevM used has been. Let's start with the M8A1 Scott with 76 kills in this game. MVP. I mean, like do you expect that, Tightrope? I mean,
I was just constantly doing bleed throughout the whole match, but then in that last 20 minutes, so many squad wipes as a result of that Scott, and that really swung the game in DevM's favor. That was a huge factor this game.
Yeah, I mean, at the start it wasn't actually wiping squads, but later on in the game, we just saw with the bars, they take down a lot of the health. Suddenly the Scott splash damage just huge. Once the Sherman's on the field, impossible like to keep infantry alive in the center, and that's you know, that's just such a beautiful game to watch. Let's just have a look at the match stats as well, because this is pretty insane too. So many units killed, and this is, you know, like rare to see in a 1v1. You know, in a 1v1 to see both players above 100k damage dealt.
Yeah.
Like these are 4v4 statistics.
Yeah, hard to achieve without an elephant just blasting away constantly.
Absolutely, but you can just see some of the stats here. You can see where Luvnest just couldn't pick up. That being said, though, Luvnest was actually ahead for most of the game in terms of points held. So, and I noticed that, and I just thought, actually, because he was constantly pop capped, because he was constantly having to reinforce from the Scott, you can see Luvnest banked so many resources, but he just couldn't do anything with it. You know, just one of the best the Company of Heroes series cast for a long time. And any final words on this before I go back, Tightrope?
No, it's a classic match. This one will go down in history.
GG, well played to both players.